Hi, I'm Lauren Taub Cohen and the creator of Living Fully. So, in this guided exercise, I thought we could explore what we can do when we're experiencing too much. And not only what we can do when we're experiencing too much, but what can we do when we're experiencing too much of too much? It's a lot. And so often, many of us may find that you know, if we try to turn towards that feeling of too much, there's a worry we get kind of swept away in it. And of course, we don't want that. And it's a very valid concern. And if we don't want to get swept up, caught up in that too much, then the other option we often find is we avoid it, push it away and yet feel haunted by it. Like it doesn't really go away. So neither option really brings the relief many of us want. You know. And lucky enough, there's a third option, and that is being with the feeling of too much, being with it, not in it or super far away from it, but being with it. And often before we can be with that feeling of too much or that whole situation, there's an important mini step that's actually not so mini, and that is being with the inner hesitation or the inner not wanting to turn towards the feel of too much, the situation that is too much. And that, inner hesitation, that not wanting, or what I call your knowing no, to turn towards that situation isn't an obstacle. I don't perceive it as an obstacle. It's not something to be brushed aside, pushed over, leapt over, ignored. Not at all. And the reason being that inner hesitation, that not wanting to go there, is there to keep you safe. It's protective in its care for you. And it's very much your body's wisdom speaking directly to you. And often the first step in turning towards what feels like too much is being with that part of you or place in you that's not wanting to go there. And so that's what I'll be offering in this guided exercise, which I should say now, this is a two-part series. First, we'll be with that kind of inner not wanting to go there. And then in next week's video, I'll offer a guided exercise to help us be with that too muchness. Yeah, and I'll also include in the video notes for this week the newsletter that um, fits with this guided exercise in case you'd like to read more about it. Yeah. So as always, feel free to take what fits, ignore the rest. If anything I say doesn't fit or feel right, please do what would. Yeah. And so just taking some time to get comfortable where you are, making any adjustments. And of course, feel free to do so as we go. And so you can pause this recording if you need more time. And so when you're ready, just letting awareness come more and more to your whole body as it is. And feeling the support that you're sitting upon. Or even laying down upon. Maybe you're not seated, maybe you're laying down or standing. And feeling even where your body meets and receives that support. And feeling the support beneath your hands. And the support beneath your feet. And allowing your body to be as it is and feel as it does. And feeling your breathing. And allowing your breath to be just as it is, however it is. And if you like, you might notice what already feels open, flowing, pleasant, even just a bit. And acknowledging any areas or places that don't feel like that. They're welcome too. And letting awareness come more and more into that whole inner area of your body, including your throat and chest, stomach and belly. And just taking some time to notice how you are in this moment. The mood that's there or the weather within. And that may come in words or description like heaviness, frazzly. You know, it may not even, be a word like frazzly. I don't think that's a word, but that's what came for me. So yeah, just Sensing how you are, and then acknowledging the mood that's there, the weather within, with a hello, I know you're there. Yeah, and maybe there's even a reaction, something that comes up and is like, oh, I wish this wasn't there. I wish I was feeling more of and less of. And that reaction is something you can say hello to too. So for me, hello to the frazzly feel, and the reaction to it. Yeah. Saying hello to the feeling and the feeling about the feeling. And if what's there for you needs more company, feel free to stay with it as I move forward. Just because I'm moving forward doesn't mean you have to. And so if it feels right to move forward, you may remember a situation recently that's been hard, that's been uncomfortable, charged even, that kind of too muchness. Maybe it's been something you haven't wanted to turn towards and acknowledge. Mhm. You may even notice that you've been kind of intentionally distracting yourself from feeling that whole thing. It's another way to go about it. So just checking to see if there's been an experience of too much for you. And just allowing the feel of that to come freshly. That situation, that experience, that whole thing. Mm. What comes may be very subtle, or maybe not. Maybe it's very there and intense. So just offering an inner hello to what's come. You could say inwardly or out loud, hello, I know you're there. And it may not be something that is easily put into words, and that's okay. That's actually a good sign, that there's something new here that's fresh. So it may feel a little fuzzy, unclear. For me, sound effects sometimes have a great way of expressing the feel of what's here. There's a kind of ugh. And so allowing what's there to be there as it is. And sensing if there's maybe some part of you that doesn't want you to turn towards this situation, this feel of too much. You may feel that not wanting to turn towards that as a thought, like, I don't want to go there. Or there may be a kind of stiffening, bracing, clenching. So noticing if there's something like that there for you. There's the fresh feel of that too much. Something not wanting you to turn towards that, to go there. And if you do sense there's something like that there for you, then let it know you hear that. You may feel that one inside or a little out in front, off to the side. Let it know I hear you don't want me to turn towards that situation. And if you feel it is okay to turn towards that situation, then the next video will help support you even more. But for now, you can keep it company. Keep that place in you feeling this way company. And for those that are with something not wanting them to go there, you might sense what it's not wanting you to feel or experience from going there, from turning to that feel of too much. So I'll say that again since I tripped over my words. You might sense, we know it's worried, that much we know. So you might sense what it's not wanting you to experience or go through if you turn towards that feel of too much. Maybe what comes is it's worried you will get swept away or pulled under, knocked over. Images may come too of like a current just or an undertow kind of pulling you in. So it may share what it's not wanting you to experience or go through in words, images. And then let it know you hear that. If something does come, you can say inwardly or out loud to it, I get that. You're not wanting me to get swept away, pulled, pulled down and under. Those are my words. See what fits your experience. And checking back with it to see if you got that right. Or maybe you did. Maybe you kind of did. Maybe there's more. So checking back with it and being open to being corrected. And we can go another step. You might sense what it's not wanting you to feel if that happens. So sensing what it's not wanting you to feel if you're swept away, if you're pulled under. Maybe it's not wanting you to feel helpless or kind of like floundering. Just checking to see what it's not wanting you to feel. And checking back with it. If something comes, checking back with it to see if you got that right. It may even also show you memories of times, hard times, like it's not wanting you to experience that again or feel that again. And so see if it would feel right to say to the one you're with, no wonder you don't want me to go there, turn there. If you're worried that could happen, if you're worried I could feel such despair, such hopelessness. And seeing how it responds to that kind of no wonder. Maybe it's feeling a bit more understood, a bit more gotten. I have one more invitation to offer, if it feels right, and that is to sense what it is wanting you to experience or feel. And sometimes this invitation can bring about more of what it's not wanting you to experience or feel. So if that comes, that's not bad or wrong. That's what needs to be heard. So if something like that comes, yeah, let it know you hear it. So sensing what it's wanting you to experience, what it's wanting you to feel. And checking back with it. If something comes, maybe it's wanting you to feel this kind of strength. What it's wanting you to feel may come in words, sensations, images. And we're just open to what comes. And as a way of beginning to end, you might invite the one you've been with to stay with you or let it know you'll be back. If that feels true and right. And also checking in with yourself to see if there's anything you'd like to remember or take with you from this exercise. And before ending, just noticing how your body feels now. Maybe there were some shifts, maybe not. And if you notice there's a bit more ease or a little more space, just taking a moment here to savor that, even if it's not the only way you feel, that's okay. And just taking a moment to let your body have the feel of a bit more space, bit of a shift. And if it feels right for you, thanking your body's process. And then opening your eyes at your own pace, at your own time. And coming back to the room you're in, space you're in. And taking time to look around the room you're in, the space you're in. Allowing your body to make any movements or adjustments it might like to make. And feel free to share any part of what came for you in this exercise below in the comments. Questions are welcome. If you if you bumped up against something challenging, feel free to ask. And goodbye for now.